All right, and howdy heck and hello.
Ooh.
Welcome back. Sorry for our little delay. We've been a little stressy-wessy. Okay. Gross.
True, though.
We've just been busy, y'all, which you've probably been busy, too. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. We got a special little treat today. We're doing...
Yes, indeed, sweetie.
We're doing a little bit of NASCAR in the sun, a little bit of Danica for some fun, some little bit of Mario Andretti, and some conspiracies. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do some NASCAR conspiracies today.
Yeah. We also have multiple drink options.
Yes. Well,
we're drinking one of them.
we're drinking one drink. Well, yeah, you came up with more drinks than this.
I did.
But we are drinking a liquefied cough drop. No,
That's what it tastes like.
It tastes a little bit like a lemon cherry menthol cough drop.
Oh, like a cough drop.
But this is, what did we call this?
This iteration of this drink is the McQueen Special, because it is bright red.
It looks like you shouldn't, like it does look like it looks like a cherry cough drop. Like if you
yeah.
melted it.
And then it looks like just a bottle of red 40 dye.
Yeah. Like,
it's limoncello, fruit punch, and a little bit of watermelon margarita mix.
it's Jarritos fruit punch. So it's got a little, is that carbonated? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a little bit of carbonation in it. Not much, because it's frozen.
Bubble.
But yeah. Got a little bubble to it.
Just got straight limoncello.
Gay limoncello. Just kidding, sorry.
The other version, I called the Daytona Sunrise, which is almost the same. It's limoncello, a lot more limoncello, grapefruit juice, because that masks the limoncello flavor enough that it kind of just tastes like lemonade and not
Cough drop?
cleaner fluid.
Not pine sol?
And then the watermelon stuff, and if you mix it right, it'll have an ombre effect.
Like a tequila sunrise?
Yeah.
But not tequila because...
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah. So there's that version if you want it stronger. Or if you want it even stronger, replace the limoncello with strawberry moonshine and you'll have just a full-on McQueen Lightning.
Yeah. McQueen's Lightning. Kerchow, boys.
Kerchow. Cars will come up in this episode. And not just the ones you drive. The actual animated film.
Ooh. Tomater.
The serial killer, maybe?
The Zodiac Killer.
Plot twist, the Zodiac Killer is Tomater from Cars.
Plot twist. Ted Cruz is Tomater.
He's rusty enough.
On that note, shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit about NASCAR before we get into the conspiracies. So NASCAR stands for the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing and was founded in 1948 by Bill France Sr. and has been headed by his son Jim France since August of 2018. That feels like not enough. Like there should have been more people involved in that. Like 2 generations, that's it. Y'all are old. Or, I don't know. Okay, whatever.
This is very much a family business, which is wild.
Damn. Some WWE type shit over here. Okay. That literally never crossed my mind that it was a family business. That's kind of weird. Like, it does make sense, but it is wild.
What?
Literally. So let me get a little sippy there.
Sippy.
The headquarters are located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Shocker, it's from Florida. And they sanction over 1,500 races a year across the continental U.S., as well as a few races in Mexico and Canada. So only a North American thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. What do they have in other countries?
They have, you remember those have you seen Iron Man 2?
It's been a long time.
They have that, race in France. It's not in France.
All I know is that in Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, whatever, there is a French character. How did he get hooked on this? But anyway.
They do have racing in other countries, but it's very different from what I understand.
The
Grand Prix, that's what I'm thinking of. They
yeah,
have
the
the Grand
Grand
Prix
Prix
in Europe somewhere.
Hope you could hear that. Sorry, it was my body being a human glow stick and just cracking.
Oh, man.
That's how I shine. Anyway. So, stock car racing has a very involved history prior to its becoming sanctioned. Car modification for speed and lightness began during Prohibition when drivers would smuggle bootleg whiskey from Appalachian region to other parts of the South.
That's the proper way to say it. The first way you said it.
Appalachian?
Heavy
Appalachian region.
heavy on the just drank liquor.
It's this McQueen special over here. Got me like, Appalachian region. The Appalachian region. ¿Dónde está? Okay, to other parts of the South. They needed their cars to be lightweight and fast to outmaneuver the law. And also to have space to carry the goods, of course. But later, when Prohibition ended, they started run and shine, as moonshine became the drink of choice, and moonshiners needed to run their product without getting taxed. Starting in the 40s, people started racing these modified cars for pride. Yes, car pride. You've heard of gay pride. Have you heard of car pride? Yes, that's every car show in America.
Oh, yeah.
Backtracking, starting in the 40s, people started racing these modified cars for pride, and then later profit and street racing became commonplace. This was then transferred to NASCAR when the company was started.
I just remembered we were visiting, because my family's from the Appalachian regions, and we were visiting, I think, my grandfather. I don't know, I said it like that. Definitely didn't call him that. Grandfather?
My grandfather.
And we were driving through a section of the mountains, and we drove past this really tiny little house, just like on a hairpin road, and out front they had a sign that said, "Moonshine, inquire within."
Have you had moonshine?
I don't think so, which is...
I should get some.
I
agree. Love
agree,
moonshine.
because my family used to make moonshine.
Ooh.
I'm like...
See, I'm like scared of anything that anyone has made, because if you do it wrong, you can go blind.
Oh, yeah. Like, they made it... My grandmother's family made it when she was
recipe.
younger. She gave me the recipe, and I don't remember it, and now I cannot ask her.
No.
I know.
This is the time for a Ouija board.
I was like, unless I call her on the Ouija board.
If there was ever a Ouija board moment, this would be it.
Nanny, can you please tell me the recipe again? I know they made it in their bathtub.
And she's like,
I remember that.
Bathtub, corn.
And they had to cut it 5 times.
Jeez.
I know.
But no, I like moonshine. You can get it at the store now for pretty cheap. In Oklahoma, hi Oklahoma Tourism Department, population me. There is a place, one of my favorite places in this entire world. There's a little tourist attraction in between Tulsa and Sand Springs, and it is called the Cave House. And it is one of the most spectacular places I've ever been, because it's just this weird little stucco, freaky little house that sticks out of the side of a mountain. Well, it's not a mountain. The side of a hill. It's very much a hill.
A baby mountain.
And it used to be in the 20s and 30s a chicken shack. And they would run moonshine through the back of the hill. The house connected to the back of the hill to a house on the top of the hill.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, it's a really cool place. There's a lot of other cool stuff within the house, including murder. We should maybe talk about that sometime.
Murder?
There was a murder there. Well, possible murder. And there's possibly a ghost there. There's also yeah, it's a cool little place, and it's just a tiny little house, and the woman that owns it now has decorated the inside to be super cute and eclectic. And
yeah,
you can take little tours of it. And if you're ever in northern Oklahoma, northeastern, go to the Cave House, check it out. It's a cute little time.
Nice.
And you'll see where they used to do Prohibition moonshine. And then you'll remember NASCAR.
NASCAR. I've been past the Bristol... Okay, this is a quick tangent. The Bristol Motor Speedway is the smallest racetrack, but it is the largest stadium. It holds the most seats, but it's literally it's the shortest track. And I've been, past it because I've been to Bristol, Virginia. Well, Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee. It's split down the middle. It's actually kind of cool. You can stand in the middle of the street and you're like, I'm in 2 states. They have great antique stores. But the outside of it just looks like the skeleton of the Colosseum.
Oh yeah.
And it's so much bigger than you think it's actually going to be, and then you're next to it and you're like, wow,
So many people can fit in this structure.
They do, for winter, they have like Bristol Motor Speedway and lights, and they do like light decorations with Christmas lights and stuff, and you like go in and you drive on the track, and it's like really cool.
Oh, that's cute.
I know, right?
That's so cute. I have always thought it's weird that NASCAR, they just drive in a circle.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see them go on like I want to see some Hot Wheels action.
Right.
Do a loop-de-loop.
This is why. Do a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, do the loop.
I mean, that would be pretty heckin' cool.
You
could build tracks like that,
They
like out in the
literally
desert.
could.
Yeah.
What? Again, when
If
I
you
become
can make
a
a roller
billionaire.
coaster work, yes.
When I become a
billionaire.
When I become a billionaire, I have this written in my phone. I'm gonna buy deserted towns and turn them into themed places, like, just themed little towns, and I'll probably have to charge admission to keep maintenance up, okay? But I'll keep costs low, okay? And I'll pay my workers fairly.
It'll be cheaper than Disney.
That's freaking right. But in one of these, we're building a Hot Wheels track for real, boys. Why isn't there a Hot Wheels? Why?
Yeah, why
isn't there a Hot Wheels racetrack? Like,
or like
is
a
there?
go-kart like park?
Is there? We're ignorant to this.
There's
Hot Wheels.
No, I feel like we would have heard about it.
Hot Wheels
Google it real quick.
park for real. Hot Wheels for real.
Hot Reels.
Hot. Just hot. Period. That was such a flamboyant cough.
Oh my God! There's a wait.
Is it in Dubai?
There's a Hot Wheels park. But Crystal Lagoons Island Resort in Glendale, Arizona. Why did that say Hot Wheels? Hold on.
I want to go.
First ever Mattel Adventure Park opening in Arizona in 2022. Oh, that's why we haven't heard of it. It's new.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so comment down below who's going to go to the Hot Wheels Adventure Park in Glendale,
Podcast
Arizona.
on the road. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Dude. Cool.
The alcohol is hitting my brain.
It's hitting my tongue, so if I sound like a stupid idiot, I can't actually speak English. Did you hear the way I said speak? I can't actually speak English.
Oh, man.
Alright, so
let's get into it.
listen, Julia is obsessed with the Fast and Furious movies.
Guys.
And this makes sense because Julia comes from a family of moonshiners. So she just really, in a past life, she was running that moonshine. It's in her genes.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the idea of street racing. I know it's very dangerous, but like, who would you want to be? Okay, also, I want to be the flag girl.
Wait, okay, hold on. Pause. So street racing is also extremely big in Oklahoma, especially in Oklahoma City. We literally had a TV show on like TLC or something about, it's called like, something Outlaws. Oh man, why can't I think of it? My dad's gonna be like, and my mom, both my parents are gonna be like, really? You couldn't think of the Street Outlaws? Jeez.
Oh.
Simple. Street Outlaws. We had a show called Street Outlaws, and yeah, they I think it's might still be on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, street racing is huge in Oklahoma.
Dude, I don't know.
But that's more like drag than NASCAR, like loop-de-loop.
Put eyelashes on the car.
But okay, who would you be in Fast and Furious?
Like what character?
Yeah.
Ooh. I want to be Charlize Theron's character.
Okay, but like what if...
Because she's evil as fuck.
So listen, you like want to be her, but like what if you were actually Vin Diesel?
What?
Like your family, like, you know when you want to be...
I could be a Dom Toretto.
I forgot his name's Dom. I was like, you could be a Dom?
I could be a Dom. What? Your face?
It just sounds so funny.
I could be a Dom.
Me. But yeah, so Julia is Vin Diesel, but with more hair.
Or Jason Statham's character.
My brain was like, I don't know. I know who Jason Statham is, but my brain just pictured Steven Seagal. I don't know why.
Fair enough.
Someone said,
I'm not cool enough to be Letty.
Jason Seagal
Jason Seagal.
the other day, and I was like, Steven Seagal? They were like, no. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just walk away from this conversation.
Walk away.
Sorry, I'm talking about that weird man with the ponytail. Anyway, okay, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The more you lean back, the more I'm like, this thing is gonna fall.
Oh, God.
It's not. But
It's gonna be all over if it falls.
guys, if our tent ever falls while we're recording, I like the slapping in the background of this. If our tent ever falls and we record in while we're recording, you're, I don't know. We're gonna have to call the manager.
But
And we don't have one of those, so.
Just wandering around the cafe. Who works here?
Workers' comp from the cafe.
Who's in charge of HR?
Literally. All right. So now that you know a little bit of history about NASCAR, and you know that Julia is going to be driving around town with some undercarriage lights,
destined to be
and being a little street racer. Let's get into some conspiracies.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr. So you may have heard the name Dale Earnhardt Sr. before. He was a famous stock car racer from 1975 to 2001 and is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Is he alive?
No.
Rip, dog. Pour one out for Dale Earnhardt Sr. Unless he was mean.
So
in which case, pour one on his grave.
Pour one on his grave. I like that. Yes. He's one of the only drivers in NASCAR history to win 7 championships. He's the only one, guys.
I'm sorry, maybe the limoncello is hitting me a little hard.
That's what, you gotta. That didn't make sense. Oh man.
Okay, wait, sorry. Say that again so that I don't muddy it.
He's one of the only drivers in NASCAR history to win 7 championships.
Dang.
Unfortunately, he died in a crash.
Oh!
During a race.
Whoa!
When his car hit the wall at 180 miles an hour.
Oh my god!
His lap belt had broken and his chin hit the steering wheel, which caused a skull fracture at the base of his skull. So he died on impact, I believe.
Okay, well that's like kind of good.
Yeah, like
I mean, that's not good.
I mean, he wasn't like in pain and on fire.
Yeah.
Which is what other. It's
roasting. Why isn't there a NASCAR saint? Who's the saint of NASCAR?
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Okay.
No, wait,
Senior?
no, he's alive. Senior. My bad.
Dale Earnhardt Sr. is the Saint Dale Earnhardt Sr. I'm gonna write a letter to the Pope. Get him canonized.
Please, can we? We do a fucking public petition and a GoFundMe to get him.
By the Pope, I mean I'm gonna write a letter to By write a letter to the Pope, I mean I'm gonna write a letter to Jim France.
Well, I mean, I guess he's kind of canonized because he is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Okay, but like actually can't make NASCAR a religion. We all know it is.
Oh, it is. It definitely is.
So like make Dale Earnhardt Sr. Jesus.
Guys, also
he died for your sins.
I think some of the people attending NASCAR races might have a problem with that.
Okay, well they can join the One True Faith.
They can convert.
NASCAR.
Honestly, NASCAR should get registered as a religion because then they wouldn't have to pay taxes.
Tax breaks.
If Scientology can do it, NASCAR can do it. NASCAR?
I want them to pay taxes, though.
I do, too.
Scientology as well, but...
I would also like that. God.
But I'm just saying, could be kind of fun.
Oh, dude, ate a hair.
Church on... Don't they have, like, races on Sundays?
I think so. I think it's slotted in the afternoon, though. So you go to your morning service.
And then you go to your evening service,
and then you go get
NASCAR.
Pissed and watch NASCAR.
You go meet the Lord at the NASCAR track.
Yeah, I drank so much beer, I saw
feel
God.
God in this Chili's, but it's a NASCAR. I feel God while watching this NASCAR race right now.
Oh, man.
You know that if you ain't first, you're last. Quote by Jesus.
Jesus himself. That pasty white feller.
Yes. He's definitely white.
White.
A white man.
Oh, man.
Anyway, okay.
So, his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., followed in his father's footsteps in regards to racing. Currently, he only races part-time in the Xfinity series.
What's he doing with the rest of his time?
I think...
Is he, like, selling MLMs or something? Is he, like, part of LuLaRoe?
I couldn't find a lot. I kind of didn't look into it as to what he's doing.
Fair.
Full.
He's, in his private time, he just games.
Honestly, probably. He probably
Games
just
and hangs out
plays
with his kids.
racing
Does he have
games.
kids? I bet he has, like, hella children.
I believe he does have children. I think so. He did technically kind of, like, quote-unquote retire early because he's still very young.
I feel like that would be kind of traumatizing if your parent dies.
Oh, wait for it. It gets worse.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. I'm going to shut my little mouth.
So what's with the conspiracy theory surrounding Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Well, some people believe that during his season in 2001, NASCAR rigged his races to boost ratings.
What?
People also believe that his big win at Daytona 500 was a part of this rigging.
How do you rig that? Like, fuck other people's cars up?
Well...
Or you make his car, like, super nasty sick, bro?
I just put NOS in it.
Hella nitrous.
I'm pretty sure that, like, like, I go into it a little bit later, but I think like, rigging a race would be paying off another driver to either cause a mild crash or
just, like, throw it themselves. Like,
yeah.
stop, like, extra long with the crew today.
Mm-hmm. Make that pit, like, fuck up the tools at the pit stop.
Yeah.
I don't know, something.
Piss at the pit stop.
Just
like, guys, I know I'm in a race right now, but I really have to pee.
Oh god, that would suck.
Bro, can you imagine if you got diarrhea while you were like, no, the Daytona 500 and in mile 20, you've got to poop.
You just
so
shit
bad.
your pants and you're like,
dude, someone has to have done that.
do you think you
That
could
has
hang
to
your
have-
ass out the window fast enough?
No, you're like spinning out. You're fucking spinning out, just
shitting
shooting
everywhere.
But they wear those suits, man. They wear those little zip up.
They do wear those, like, prison jumpers
Dude,
that have logos everywhere.
you know that someone has shit themselves in a NASCAR.
Oh yeah, somebody's
Yeah.
got to wear a diaper.
I bet they do.
You know, some of those men get pegged by their wives. They got a leaky asshole. We should drink alcohol more often.
Wow, this episode is gonna be a little wild because we're on the sauce, if it will. Sorry, continue. Why do they think these
Why
are
do
fucking
people think
rigged?
this? Okay, so because he's a legacy racer, which I don't know if that is the term. So nobody
Like a
no
sorority?
NASCAR people like
Nobody
come for
NASCAR me.
Nobody NASCAR me. Okay.
Nobody nas my car.
I have taken to calling the people legacy racers whose families have been involved in NASCAR kind of since the start. So
Like a sorority.
yeah, like
Sorority
it
squad.
makes sense. You sorority squad with the big trophy at the end of the race.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some NASCAR fan who just found this and is like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Yeah.
I don't know why I did an Australian accent.
Sorry. Yeah, we just tag this NASCAR and we get a bunch of dudes named Kyle in our
And they're like,
comments.
"What the hell's this?"
Why? Why are you talking about Dale Earnhardt Sr. like that? Do not talk about my savior that
Don't talk
way.
about my Lord and Savior Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Jeez. Anyway, okay, so they think it was rigged.
Oh yes, okay.
Because
So
he's a
legacy racer, and his father was so famous that NASCAR allegedly wanted to ride out that for as long as possible because 2001 is the year that Dale Earnhardt died in a race, and that race was at the Daytona 500.
Oh, wait, in our lifetimes this happened? I don't know why in my brain I'm like, oh,
It
he
feels
must
like
have
it-
died
right?
like in the 80s. Like, that doesn't make any freaking sense.
This was in 2001, beginning of 2001.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So the dude that won the most races, pretty much, right? Is that what we said?
No,
he didn't win the
didn't
most
win the
races.
most.
Sorry.
He's one of 3 people to win 7 championships, though, which is a considerable amount of
okay.
championships.
Yeah.
But he I mean, his scorecard pretty good. He's a pretty good driver.
Good job. Uber driver.
I've never been to Uber driver.
Can you? Okay.
Yes.
You retire from NASCAR because that shit's got your nerves all up in a bunch.
Yeah.
You're stressed all the time.
Your cortisol's through the roof.
You have to poop in mile 4 of the Daytona 500. So you retire. Mm-hmm. You become an Uber driver.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. You just pull up in a Prius. Let's go.
You would drive a Prius because them things are zippy.
They're zippy.
And you're getting people places like 10 minutes early. It said you're going to take them like 20 minutes to get there. They get there in 5.
Oh.
Your rating is like a 3 because people are like, I got there early. My heart is in my throat.
You drive around on
shit my
Thirsty
pants.
Thursdays and everyone's throwing up in the back of your
Oh
car.
my god! But you're going so fast at the centrifugal force.
It's throwing it out the window.
Throwing it out the window. Listen, NASCAR drivers, I've got your career. I should be a career services person for retired NASCAR drivers.
I think some of them own teams.
Well,
So like
that's
they stay
boring.
in the business. I mean, I know, but it makes you a lot of money.
Listen, you love driving, NASCAR drivers. I know you do. So I'm just trying to help you out here. I'm just trying to help you make less than minimum wage.
No, they pick up people downtown and they only drive in circles. They're like, I can drop you off here. It's 2 blocks that way. I'm nope.
Sorry, I don't go that far.
I don't go that. That's a right turn.
Nope.
I only make left turns.
I only make lefts. Sorry. You're like, okay. Oh,
Get out and your hair is like in a different style.
oh my gosh, you look like when people get scared in cartoons. and
Yes.
Their hair is like frizzed out. You've been in a wind tunnel.
Oh man. All right. So the Earnhardt family is a pretty integral part of NASCAR history, not only because of Dale Earnhardt Sr., but there are other Earnhardts that were racers as well. So think of, if you've seen all of the Fast and Furious movies, think of Dom Toretto's father racing, and then Dom following in his footsteps, except, he kind of fucked it up because he beat the shit out of his brother.
Sorry. Because he beat the shit out of his breath. Why did you breathe?
The last Fast and Furious movie is wild. I don't understand how in the hell.
Spoilers.
This is a massive spoiler, so if you don't want to hear it, plug your ears. Are you okay hearing this spoiler?
Yeah.
Why is John Cena playing Vin Diesel's brother?
Oh, yes, I've heard this. Wait, I know about this.
Like, I know they're half brothers, but
Wait.
what?
Oh, no, it's not Fast and Furious. I was like, what's the Fast and Furious movie with Roy McCann? It's not. It's the other movie where Vin Diesel plays the same character, but in a different scenario.
Roy McCann should be in the next Fast and Furious.
Rory
Tom
McCann
Holland's
should
in the
be
next
in
one.
my life.
I agree.
Period.
Rory, call us.
Rory, please. You're a Taurus. We're Tauruses. You're cool. We're cool. We can do Scottish accents. You've got a Scottish accent. There's no other things that make people compatible.
What else do you need?
We can teach you how to be a NASCAR
you're good on a boat?
retiree. Yeah, am I?
I don't know.
Am I good on a boat?
You said you wanted to live on a boat. Didn't you say that?
Well, I'm kind of scared, but maybe.
Oh.
I'm okay, this is I would like to be on a boat, but I also don't want to get Natalie Wooded off a boat.
Oh. Annette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stream Annette on Amazon Prime.
We should cover
Love Adam
Natalie
Driver.
Wood.
Yeah.
Let me add that to the list.
Yes, because I love Christopher Walken, and I adamantly believe he did not have anything to do with it. I would love to clear his name.
This is the wrong list.
See, Walken, I'm here for you, bitch. Christopher Walken, also call us. Who's his fucking agent? Does he have a fucking agent?
He must.
Well,
he might not.
His wife's a casting director.
Oh.
She's been a casting director since 1983.
We can IMDb pro him.
What is in this limoncello? Because you said, who the fuck Natalie
Alcohol.
Wood? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But you said, who the fuck Natalie Wood? And I was like, that's her initials. Who the fuck is it? That's not. What is wrong with me? Her initials are NW. And I was like, yeah, WTF. That's her initials.
Dora Winifred Reed.
WTF?
I just thought, what? DWR. I just thought I was going off of. It's fine.
We're all in this together. Anyway, so
okay. So it's like Fast and Furious, but intense. Well, Fast and Furious. I'm gonna get off my Fast and Furious tangent because we'll be here all night.
Julia loves Fast and Furious.
I
We'll
love
do
Fast and
a
Furious.
bonus episode if this gets 3 likes.
We'll do our first After Dark special. Will be me talking about the Fast and Furious franchise,
And I will be high off my tits on a weed gummy, and I'll just be like, yeah. I'll be like, did you know that Vin Diesel is bald?
I'm so itchy.
Julia's hot and itchy, guys. She's having an allergic reaction
Itchy.
because she's allergic to hot people and I need to leave.
Yeah. Was it they said in the Resident Evil movie, Itchy Tasty?
What?
Remember the Resident Evil movie and the little boy?
Yes!
They write
Ooh!
Itchy Tasty on the... That was a wild film. Okay. Okay, back to Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2001 was the season following Jr.'s breakout year where he raced in the Cup Series and finished his first full season. He won twice, was in the top 5 3 times, and the top 10 5 times. And that's a pretty solid first season, as far as I understand.
Okay.
That seems like pretty good. So, oh boy. At the start of the season, the 2001 season, it was the first Daytona 500. Junior finished second, only 0.124 seconds behind the winner.
Whoa.
However, this was the race where right behind him, in third place, his father wrecked his car and died of his injuries.
Wait, his dad was in the race
His dad
he
was
in
the same race. Behind him. His car was behind him. And then his dad... It's a little fuzzy as to what happened. I believe someone bumped him. He spun out, hit the wall really fast, obviously, and bonked his head. Ooh, that sounds really insensitive. He hit his head on his steering wheel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Talk about some trauma.
He gets second place, and then there's a massive wreck, and then he's like, my dad's dead. Great.
Did he oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Junior.
Mm-hmm.
How did he not retire right then? I'd be like, giving it up, dog.
Right, and this is just the start of his second season. This is the first race of his second season. So this is why people are very into this conspiracy theory because you'll see.
Yeah.
So
I'm already seeing, but you paint the picture clearly.
Junior did a race the following weekend, but he finished 43rd. and wrecked his car on the very first lap.
Okay, well, that's because he's grieving.
Yeah, obviously he's going through it.
You pinche madres. He's
but
grieving.
He's racing anyway.
Yeah, he probably had like a contract. They're probably like, you can't put. I don't care if your dad died. You gotta go, you little bitch.
So in July, he was back at the Daytona Speedway for the Pepsi 400.
Oh no, man.
And this was the first time he would be racing on the track since his father died. And a lot of people were talking about how special it would be if he would win that race.
Special?
Yeah, sort of like yeah.
That's weird. You guys are weird. You NASCAR people.
They're like, it would be so just
And by you
beautiful.
NASCAR people, I mean whoever said that. Only those people. The rest of you are fine, I guess.
Like, it would be so just beautiful for him to win at the
track where his
track
dad
where
died.
His dad barreled into the wall.
Did his dad get third?
I don't...
Like, I'm sorry, but did they give him like an honorary third?
He didn't technically cross the finish line.
Ah.
So, I don't know what happens if a racer dies on... I feel like they're probably not...
I think you should give them an honorary, like, something. I know he's in the Hall of Fame, but, like...
Yeah.
A settlement?
I mean, it is... So, I haven't looked at the footage of the wreck, because I was like, I don't know that I want to see that.
Yeah.
It is possible that he did cross the finish line and then wreck. I don't know, because it was so close, because he was in third and his son just crossed the finish line. So, it's possible that he crossed and then the person... nipped their tail and then he spun out and then he hit the wall.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Ooh, how do you... Oh, the guy who nips his tail, how do you feel?
So I found something from him. I didn't put it in here. I also wasn't like 100% sure that it was a correct quote because it seemed very casual and it was on like a forum and I was like, okay, I don't know if someone's paraphrasing here because I think it was on Reddit and it was basically like, he was like, we're just racing. And it was like, oh my dude. Like, yeah, but, yeah.
Woof.
I'm sure whoever actually hit him definitely felt some type of way, but...
Unless they're a sociopath.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Woof.
I feel like you have to be to drive around in circles for that many. Anyways, it's 160 laps. It's like, I'm not a racer. I'd be bored, but, that's wild to me.
In my brain, I was like, it's 500 laps.
It's impressive. I'll give you that, but it is a little bizarre. As luck would have it, air quotes, he did win that race.
Oh.
Out of the 160 laps that drivers must take for this race to win, just to race. Let me start over. Out of the 160 laps that drivers must take for this race, he was ahead for 115 of them.
Whoa.
He was behind later in the race, and so he had to make a comeback, but he did end up winning. I don't know much about racing, but it sounds pretty good that he was ahead for more than half of the race.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he'd been having a good race day. So him falling behind towards the end makes sense to me because, like, I don't know, mounting pressure, the people watching definitely at some point in the race, whether they liked Earnhardt Jr. or not, thought about the fact that this is where his dad died.
Yeah. And
that this was his first race back on the track since it happened. So it makes
sense.
Also,
like, yeah, when you, like, go really hard.
Yeah.
Really fast in, like, a race.
And you gotta, like
an actual running race. And then, and then you get tired. I mean, I don't know how that works in a car, but I'm sure it probably could work the same way. Or people maybe are, like holding out to the end, too. Like, I don't want to be first in the first lap because I'm going to be first in the last lap. So I got to bide my time and wait till these people, like, have a problem with their car or whatever. Yeah.
So, like, to me, it doesn't seem that fishy
that
he won. But some people were calling the race a storybook finish, and ESPN did not hesitate to run a few stories that suggested a conspiracy theory the following week.
That's ratings,
so
man.
Pretty instantly, people were like, no fucking way, dude, did he win that?
Okay. I think that's just them trying to get ratings.
I agree.
I'm on to you, ESPN. Does ESPN stand for Especial Sports Person NASCAR?
Nice. What does ESPN stand for?
Sports Penis NASCAR. I think it stands for Sports Participation Network.
Electronic Sports Participation Network. What is...
So, Twitch?
Oh my god, guys. NASCAR on Twitch?
Yo, you gonna stream your NASCAR race on Twitch, bro?
Wait. I would watch that, though. Like, if it was from the driver's perspective?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
They're just, like,
you get a VR headset?
Entertainment and Sports Programming Network.
Okay, that's fair.
I liked mine
shut
better.
Down correctly. What? Oh.
Wait,
Yes.
They do. Okay, so sometimes when you watch races, you get their headset feedback. like what they're, because they have a little mic. Sometimes you can hear them.
They're talking to a pit crew.
Or like sometimes they'll publish that after the fact, because I know some people have said some interesting things in there.
Some garbage.
Yeah, some hot flaming garbage.
Ooh. Could you imagine, like, you're the pit crew and someone just wrecked and died and, like, you hear that?
I hope it's just a bang. Yeah. Hope you don't hear anything gross. Dude, you've got PTSD after that.
Oh, yeah.
You need therapy.
For sure.
Anyway.
So, Junior then went on to win 2 more races that season. He won the MBNA Kyle Ripken Jr. 400. That's a weird name. I meant to look up what it meant, and then I forgot. At Dover. Yeah. Which happened not long after the 9/11 attacks.
Ooh.
And he did a victory lap waving an American flag out of the window of his car.
Yeah.
And then the following month at Talladega, he won the EA Sports 500.
Yeah, Talladega.
So his final standing of the season was 8th in the Winston Cup standings. His 2001 season clocked him in at 3 wins, 9 top 5s, and 15 top 10s. Overall, a really great season. He solidified himself as the most popular driver and very quickly took up his father's mantle. So here's where the conspiracy theory comes to play even further. People believe that NASCAR decided to fix the races in order to boost their ratings for the season because people already wanted Junior to do so well due to the nature of his father's passing. And they believe that NASCAR wanted to take advantage of the situation. Which makes sense. Like, I could see myself believing that a company would do something like this, especially when it comes to what is basically NASCAR royalty. Like, it's not unbelievable. I don't know that I buy it.
Yeah.
But, like, I could consider purchasing it.
Well, because also, like, they could just pull, like, he wins a couple races, he loses. Like, you know what I mean? They could just, anything that he did after that, they could have marketed.
Exactly.
Like, they wouldn't have to rig. Like, that would be a lot of money spent. But, maybe they could.
It's just marketing, to be honest.
I'm on your side, Junior.
So
I'm vying for you, dog.
Yeah. So the question comes down to, were the ratings better for the 2001 season? They were. By a lot.
Okay, maybe they did.
It should be noted, though, that their distribution contract was different that year.
Oh.
NASCAR races moved to networks, which allowed for more target advertising and implemented growth plans, because that year they had a consolidated TV contract, which allowed races to be broadcast on NBC, 4 Spox. 4 Spox?
That limoncello.
Fox Sports.
4 Spox.
FX and Turner Sports. So, like, already they're getting more viewers. And those are networks that have great advertising. Advertising? Oh my goodness. So it, to me, just seems like they took really great advantage of PR and ran ran heartfelt stories when Junior did win. I don't think personally they fixed the races, because if the goal was to boost rating, then that implies a need for more revenue, and the only way to fix a race is to pay people off, and there are so many racers in each race that I don't see that happening logistically for any other race than the initial race back at Daytona. That I would believe in an instant, because it would be good for everyone racing-wise, because the story would have been spread to people who weren't even initially interested in NASCAR. So rigging one race, yes, I'll believe it, but being heavy-handed for the whole season, there's no way.
Yeah, also, like, that if they had to, like, pay off everyone, okay, that's a ton of money. If they don't pay off everyone, the person that they don't pay off is going to be like,
what the
fuck you
hell?
guys. Like
they would squeal.
Yeah, also, like, I can't believe that, like, has a single driver come out and been like, they paid me?
No.
I feel like somebody would have said that. I don't know what kind of weird NASCAR mafia they got, like... But I feel like someone would have said something by this point.
Like,
it's been 20 years.
Yeah, it has.
So, like, somebody would have been like, yeah, that paid me off that year.
Yeah.
I would have won it. It should have been me.
Especially, like, the number of drivers that have retired since then. Like, they wouldn't be under a contract or anything anymore. So it's like, what? They signed an NDA in perpetuity?
Perpetuity?
One final thing on the whole Dale Earnhardt Jr. situation is the weird thing is that, okay, so the wreck that he had the week after his father died, where he wrecked in the first lap and then he finished 43rd, was very similar to the wreck that killed his father. Like, they were pretty identical, except obviously he survived.
That's stressful.
So that's just like a weird fun fact to tag on.
Woof.
So... overall, on the Dale Earnhardt conspiracy theory, I don't think that they rigged any races. I think they just had a really good PR team and took advantage of the fact that when he did, because he did great his first season. You know, his father's been racing. Other members of his family were racing. Like, I feel like he just got his shit together and then did pretty well. All right, so you got our next story.
Bing bong, it's time for the next story.
I'm gonna sippy sip my drink.
Okay. Sure. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about the widely known Richard Petty conspiracy.
Every time I see his name, I think Tom Petty, and I'm like,
too.
Different person.
Different guy. The conspiracy is that Tom Petty is a race car driver. Anyway, little background on Richard Petty, known as the King. Petty raced from 1958 to 1992. Like Earnhardt Sr., he won 7 championships, but he was the very first person to do so. So
he's a big deal.
Yeah, he's the big cheese. The only other racer that has reached this level is Jimmy Johnson. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that Richard Petty is the father, Dale Earnhardt Sr. is the son, and Jimmy Johnson is the Holy Spirit. Or maybe Earnhardt Sr. is the Holy Spirit. I don't know. Put in the comments who you think is who.
I would say Earnhardt Sr. is the Holy Spirit because he's dead. And these two I believe Jimmy Johnson's alive.
Okay.
Tom Petty is alive. I know his name's not Tom Petty. That's going to happen multiple times.
Richard
Just heads up. Richard Petty's alive.
Okay, so...
He's old.
But they're the Trinity. So... he also won Okay, gonna start that over. He also won a record 200 races during his career. In his 1967 season, he won 27 races, 10 of them in a row.
Isn't that insane?
Literally, that's crazy. He is a racer who consistently is good. Like, literally, holy shit, he's the most accomplished driver of the entire sport, according to his stats. So, yeah, he is the father.
Yeah.
And now you know now you know why his nickname is the King. So he no longer races because he is in his 80s, but he does own a NASCAR team and a garage. His son is also a racer as well, and his grandson, but unfortunately, his grandson died in a car crash during a practice race.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, especially oh man, that's race. Horrible.
Yeah.
Hennessy
by Tom Petty.
Hennessy, yeah. Petty is also a legacy racer, as his father was also a racer and won the very first Daytona 500, as well as being a 3-time NASCAR champion. Okay, so why did nobody say that his races were rigged? Or maybe they will.
This one in particular.
So yeah, this is a family affair.
I cannot get over that NASCAR is just a family sport. Like, it's crazy.
So
I'm kind of into it.
So Richard Petty is also in the NASCAR Hall of Fame and was an inaugural inductee. So fun fact, he voiced a character in the movie Cars called The King, who was a racer nearing retirement that wanted to win his last race. So it was loosely based on his own career. So, the conspiracy, you ask. This theory revolves around his 200th race. The race was held at the Daytona International Speedway and was the Firecracker 400. Great name. Okay, so also about this race, it was held on Independence Day of 1984, and this is the reason why there was a special guest in the crowd on that day. Now races are not commonly held on Wednesdays, which is another detail that people like to bring up when talking about this race in particular.
Yeah, they're like, why is it on a Wednesday? We don't have races on Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday, my dude.
Wow!
So the special guest in question was none other than President Ronald Reagan. Mm-hmm. He would be the first president to attend a NASCAR race, and as he flew to the race via Air Force One, he gave the start your engines command from his flight to the track. So great way to hype up a crowd, to be honest. The president called in from a plane to get the race going. Like, what? So, upon landing, Reagan stopped in at the press box for a few words, and then he headed up to his suite to watch the race. Other than the fact that Reagan was the president, it's also an important detail for this conspiracy that Petty was very publicly in support of Reagan. He attended quite a few of Reagan's re-election events in North Carolina and never hid his political inclinations. People knew that he leaned right, and they knew that he liked Reagan. So, for him to be in attendance at this race was a big deal. People also believe that NASCAR needed a big name to win that race, specifically because of all the attention it was getting in the media due to people knowing that Reagan would be in attendance. Obviously, Petty still is a huge name in NASCAR, so it's starting to look to most people that this conspiracy holds water.
It is interesting.
On lap 158 of 160, Richard Petty was neck and neck with Cale Yarborough. Cale had won the Daytona 500 twice, and now here's where shit gets interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wrecks happen frequently in racing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of the sport, and for some people, a big part of the allure of watching the race, to be honest.
People literally just go to watch wrecks.
Kind of me. I don't want to see people die,
I don't want to
though.
see people die, no.
I just want to see some carnage. Not like body, like car carnage. Carnage. Not human bodyage. So it should be noted that for them to use a caution flag, which would signal a caution period, during this time in NASCAR, it could not begin until the leaders of the race reached the start or finish line, like the line, and the winner would be the person who crosses it again first after that period.
Mm-hmm.
So in the final lap on the first turn, Doug Chevron wrecked his car. This causes a caution to be called, and because Petty and Yarborough were the leaders, this causes the race to basically be a two-person race to the finish. It is now only between Richard and Cale. Petty pulls ahead just enough to win his 200th race, while the first president to attend a race is in the stands, who just happens to have the public support of the winner, and a lot of people think this was way too convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So before Petty poses for his victory photos, he goes to the suite to celebrate after the race with Ronald Reagan, and they also went to get KFC after the race, which is like just kind of funny, because anytime I see anything about KFC, I think about Ed Gein.
It's just Ed Gein. Ed Gein giving out free chicken.
Yeah, not...
Hi. Quick note from the editing bay. We met John Wayne Gacy. I'd been calling John Wayne Gacy Ed Gein all week, so I got us all kerfuffled and confused. It was John Wayne Gacy that was handing out fried chicken, not Ed Gein. He was just skinning people. All right, thank you. Continue.
Like Ed Gein would be... Ed Gein would not like racing.
No.
I don't think. I do think he would have liked the Fast and Furious movie,
I think he would have liked the Fast.
And he was giving out Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That is wild to me.
Ooh. So this would be the last race that Petty won before retiring, and to this day people think that it was rigged. The rigging would have been Doug wrecking his car, causing the caution to be called. So rigged or not rigged? So the president being involved makes it a little more
right
rigged seeming. But I could be wrong about this because I didn't do any research on this, but I thought that Reagan was like pretty popular already at the time, so like I don't really know that he would have needed a NASCAR winner.
Yeah, I don't think he needed the support.
But maybe NASCAR needed the...
I think NASCAR needed the connection.
Yeah, so maybe NASCAR was like, look, the president loves this guy.
Because this is in 1984. NASCAR had only been around for 4 years at that point.
Wait, I thought NASCAR was around in 1948.
Oh, my bad. You're right. I got my 8 and 4s mixed
Dude,
up.
I was like, what? What?
My bad.
No, you're chilling.
Yeah, whatever that math is. 28 years. No. Don't. No one judge me, okay?
We can cut that
I
out.
have 2 degrees.
We can cut that. They're neither of them in math. We can cut that out.
It's okay.
They don't need to know.
That's okay. If I get roasted in the comments, that's just more engagement for the video.
But yeah, I don't know. That one could have been rigged. I wouldn't be shocked at that one being rigged.
Yeah, like that one
also,
would not
that
surprise me.
seems a lot more plausible to rig one person to wreck their car and then it
And
puts
then it
the ball
becomes
in
a
that
two-person
court
race. Mm-hmm.
rather than being like, we're going to rig the whole race.
Exactly. They're just increasing his chances of winning.
Yeah,
is really
like,
all it
they
is,
didn't
which
say,
makes
like,
a lot
he
of sense
has to win.
Mm-hmm.
They just said, like, we're going to make it a lot easier for him.
Also, Kale's a good racer. So, like,
Cale Yarborough.
Kale's a big enough name that could have won that race, too, right? So,
Yeah, so maybe they were just like, okay.
But, like, I don't want it to be true because it was his last race that he won.
Yeah.
But, like,
maybe that's
also...
That he retired right after that race.
Well, he raced until 92. But he never won again.
This is getting some Andre the Giant energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after WrestleMania 3, Andre the Giant wrestled for, like... what year did... I think WrestleMania 3 happened in 86. Don't quote me on that. And I think he wrestled till 91 or 92.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when he died, around there. But he never won. He didn't really win anything after that. And he didn't win WrestleMania 3, and WrestleMania 3 was most likely rigged. So I feel that.
So...
Well, that's because that's how wrestling kind of is. You just decide
Yeah.
who's going to win, and then you plan.
Like, I buy this one more than the Dale Earnhardt Jr. one, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think Dale
Earnhardt.
Earnhardt Jr., don't know how he is as a person, but I'm in his court conspiracy theory-wise. I
Yeah.
think he probably just won it fair and square. He was... Okay, if he was in second place before his dad died, he was a good racer.
He was a good Exactly.
So, like, why would...
I will say that is the one thing about this one, too, that is, like, yeah, it's convenient, but it's, like,
Also, they're
he
good.
won 199 races up until this point.
Yeah.
Like, the guy was a good racer. He still has the best stats in NASCAR. No one has crossed his stats.
Then,
he is the best racer in NASCAR history. Is it possible that they, like, quote unquote even the playing field to make it easier for him to win? Maybe, but like he's so good.
How much would that last race have really damaged those stats? You know what I
Right,
mean? So
like-
I don't think it's really, unless it was like a publicity stunt for them to see like, oh look, the president loves NASCAR. I don't see why they would want to.
Also,
you know what I
like
mean?
he loved Reagan, so maybe he was just trying a little harder. Like there's so many variables that it's like could go either way. So I think it's definitely a fun one. But I don't know, like he's still very involved in NASCAR. He's still like he's a big name, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I don't feel like they rigged it. I mean, it would be cool if fucking Doug got a lot of money and they're like, "Hey man, just since you're in third." But like how would they have orchestrated that? Because they would have had to have reached out to Doug through his comm and been like, "Hey, you're in third, wreck, so it's between the first two people." Like what are the odds of that happening?
Yeah, no. I think it's a lot of things that would have to align.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But don't know that they're true. They're so fun though.
My favorite NASCAR conspiracy theory is Lucky Logan starring Adam Driver and Channing Tatum. Or Logan Lucky, whatever the title of the movie
I think it's
is.
Logan Lucky. That is a good movie.
I love that movie. Adam Driver,
Oh,
so hot.
wasn't Brooke Shields in that movie for like her character?
Was she?
Was that Brooke Shields? Watch it not be Brooke Shields
don't
at all.
think it
It's not
is.
Brooke Shields. It's a
She's
different
young.
brunette with a jaw. A different
With a
brunette with a jaw.
jaw?
Guys, I don't know if you knew this. Brunettes don't have jaws. It's another brunette.
Julia, you don't have a jaw?
No, shh.
It's Riley
What?
Keough and it's Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank.
You're thinking of Hilary Swank.
My bad.
Katie Holmes is in it?
Where?
She plays Bobby Joe Logan something.
Is she the wife? Oh, my accent's out now.
Wife.
She the wife?
She's... I don't know who she...
I saw that
this
picture
movie.
of Tim Cruise.
Of Timothy Chalamet.
Of Tom Cruise out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was Maura Turney, and I was like, why is she in a picture with Maura Turney? They don't work together.
Dwight Yoakam
Yeah,
is
remember?
in... Oh my gosh.
Because we got to that point and we were like, what?
I love Dwight Yoakam. I love his acting career. Him being married to that really young woman is a little weird, but whatever.
What?
Yeah, you don't know, maybe you don't like me. Say you care, let's how I feel. How many of you would sit and judge me? Ever walk the streets of Bakersfield? All right, time to shut that jukebox off.
It's got a mind of its own.
Truly. But yeah, wow. Who knew? All the... Why did I sound so confused? Who knew? Who knew all the NASCAR?
I didn't know it was a family sport.
I didn't either. WWE is a little bit like that, too. We should talk about that sometime. I want to just talk about Andre the Giant, though.
We can do that. It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
Mm.
Like, as Kachi and Trixie say, because it's our show and not yours.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the saddest tongue pop. Hold on. There we go.
Sicko mode.
Oh, that looks weird on the audio form. Audio form? What? Okay, I drank too much.
Are we calling it a night?
I think the time has come. Whoa.
Is it
I
coming up?
thought bells started happening. I was like, where are the bells coming from? So yeah, that's our NASCAR conspiracy theory episode.
Julia's shutting off the jukebox, as you heard previously. And
Ripped the cable out of the wall.
yeah, she ripped it out of the wall.
It's haunted.
Yeah, haunted jukebox in our cafe. I'm wiping down the counter, a little bit scared because the haunted jukebox came to play.
I'm flipping the lights for the open sign off.
Turning off the NASCAR race on the TV. Patting the Furby on the counter on the head.
Oh yeah, our little buddy.
And we'll see you when we see you.
We'll see you when we see you.
Probably on a Monday, but
Yeah.
who knows in these trying times.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, little Mumbai.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.